Episode 3 of BookBurners!
You're a wizard, Harry.
This is the show where we judge the souls of books, sending them to either to the shelf of glory or down to the depths of hell.
Where they rightfully belong.
Yep. Right over there near Godzilla, who's sitting back there.
He's the keeper? He's like
the keeper. Cerberus,
yeah, that's the word.
He's the keeper of hell. Godzilla didn't. He didn't sign up for the job, but
Nobody did.
nobody does. Today, we are going over Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, a pinnacle of fantasy fiction. Well, it's a child literate. What the hell do you call it?
It's middle grade.
It's written for kids.
Middle grade.
Middle grade.
Well, it starts middle grade, but then it goes into like
Yeah, because it gets more. It grows with the books.
Yes.
Which is cool. I can't think of many series that do like that. That's a pretty original idea, kind of.
I think only Percy Jackson.
I've never read those.
Percy Jackson grows.
This is one of the few ones that I've read. I've read all the Harry Potter books.
I think this will be my third or fourth time reading it, because I always threaten to. I want to read
Holy
the whole
crap,
series,
man.
and then I don't.
Damn. I thought me going on my second time was like.
Oh, I'm a big.
Cool.
I've reread my favorite book like 16 times now. 16 or 17. I kind of lost count.
That's impressive. I would probably not do that.
I love that book though. It's like.
Hey, it is what it is. You rewatch a favorite movie 5,000 times versus
Exactly.
reading a book 16 times. What's the difference?
Exactly. Especially like, because I listen to the audiobooks, but there's this one called, this studio called Graphic Audio. They call it a movie in your mind because they have like all the music, they have background noises and full cast. It's the best.
Do you like keep like up with everything while you're going?
Yep.
That's
I
kind
read
of
along and yeah, it's great. My gosh.
I didn't even touch the Dr. Pepper yet. For anyone who doesn't know about Harry Potter, you want to give us a brief synopsis? Off the top of your head?
Okay.
For the first book, anyway?
It's the first book in a 7-book series. Is it 7?
In the movies, they do a part 1,
Okay,
part 2.
okay.
So, yeah, it's 7.
It's a 7-book
8
series.
movies, 7 books.
About a boy whose parents died as a baby, and he goes and lives in a cabinet under the stairs with the worst aunt and uncle on the planet, with the spawn of Satan for a cousin. He discovers he's a wizard, and he gets to go to this school where all the teachers are as well. Awful.
You're a wizard, Harry. You're a wizard.
Oh, and then at the school, he discovers that his parents are famous in the wizarding realm, and there's someone out trying to kill him.
They already tried to kill him.
Oh, true. But I don't know if that's actually in the synopsis. I mean, can we do non-spoilery? Because this book is...
That's in the first page. Like, it's in the first chapter.
Oh, true.
Isn't it?
Yeah? Oh, yeah, it's called The Boy Who Lived. See how... I don't do synopses.
Yeah. The super evil, ultimate evil wizard, Dark Lord, tries
He who
to...
shall not be named.
He who shall... You know who. Tries to kill him, but he cannot, and then he dies. And then nobody knows why, but Harry Potter survives. But Harry Potter does not know any of that happened because he was a baby.
The only thing that marked him was his thunderbolt scar.
Which you can see in the book cover. It's right.
Kind of, sort of. Like, it's
It's
very
really tiny. I don't know if you can see it there. It's also right in the middle there.
Yeah, it is down the middle and like in the movie.
I always thought it was funny because in the movie, like he's got like almost like a bowl cut nerd hair.
Yeah.
He's almost got a Mo Howard going on, you know? But then in the book, it's like he's got messy, unruly hair. And it's like he's got the straightest, cleanest cut hair in the movie. Why is his hair not just like a tangle?
I watched a behind the scenes thing of that. Like apparently that was a controversial thing when the movie came out, is it was his hair.
Yeah.
And they said that his hair was like, it had no texture or something. So it didn't matter how much product they would put in it.
They
After
couldn't
like
get it to
20
work.
minutes, it fell back down. So eventually they gave up.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's right. Like it's not. It's a kind of an unnecessary thing. It does not matter actually.
Yeah, it is not.
Like it is a shame to have it something that's like very specifically pointed out about his appearance when there's other things that are just like whatever. They really point out the tangly curly hair multiple times.
Yep.
And it's like, it's his father's mess of a hair, his dead rat hair. Then it's like, he's just not bad at all. He's just like a preppy boy.
Wasn't his eye color too another thing? I feel like I
Green?
remember. I don't remember if it was blue or green, but he has, like, Danny Radcliffe
it was
has
green.
brown. And they tried to give him contacts, and like his eyes wouldn't stop watering, so they're like, screw it.
Yeah.
Like this poor kid.
They did the best he could. And I think that's outside the realm of control.
A little bit.
Like, it is just a superficial aesthetic thing.
I mean, yeah. They got Ron right. Like, he was born to
I
play
forgot
Ron.
about, who cares about Ron?
I loved Ron, even though he got real annoying later in the series. But yeah,
Ron is always annoying. In these books, Ron is the worst.
No.
Yeah.
Hermione, I mean, I know people
in the
love-
first book, Hermione was worse.
She's-
For like the first half of the book, Hermione is unbearable. But she comes around.
Yeah,
By the end of the first book, she comes around a lot more.
yeah, a bit.
When you walk into a room like, you're not doing good spells, let me show you how it's done. Uh-huh.
You have a bit of dirt on your nose there, did you know?
Did you know that? I bet you didn't. Let me tell you the correct way to say it. It's Wingardium Leviosa.
Let me go stop.
Leviosa.
So when did you first read Harry Potter? Like, were you
I
like...
think I was 20.
Okay, so I was 23, I think.
Yeah, pretty
was
late to
really
the
late
party.
past the game.
You know, well, Harry Potter was one of those don't touch it. Because
Yep.
it's demonic, it's cursed. You don't want to get around Harry Potter. You know, I don't feel like nobody really thought of that around me.
No.
But I also just didn't have an interest because I thought he looked stupid.
That's sure. It's a reason.
Well-
Talk about judging a book by its cover.
I remember, like, I don't know if it was like on Disney Channel or something, you'd see ads for
Yeah,
it.
ABC Family every
Yeah.
Christmas and Halloween.
And I would see their design. When I was a kid, I was very judgmental based on the characters' appearances. Because Avatar, I also didn't care about Avatar because I thought Aang looked stupid because he was bald.
Super superficial stuff.
It was super superficial. It was just like the bald with the pointy arrow and his monk robes. I was like, he looks like a dummy. So I don't care. So
Yes.
even when I was a kid and these movies were like coming out and stuff, I just didn't have an interest because I thought Harry Potter looked like a dweeby nerd
I didn't get
with
into
his dumb
fantasy
glasses.
until
And he
I
also
was-
had the British accent. I'm a what? You're a wizard. And then they got these little wands and they're like,
Whee!
I'll hold on to that till 98. The wands are just really lame.
Where there's lots of plot holes. Like everyone agrees that there are plot holes,
No,
but that's for the fan.
I'm just insulting the aesthetics of the wands. I'm not saying anything about plot
Okay,
holes.
some
I think
of them are
wands, some of them, but like when you're watching wizard battles, like I'm talking about the movies now, not the books.
Yeah, we're.
But
There's
when they're like
tangent.
fighting and they're just like,
Oh yeah.
I'm smacking the microphone, but it's like you can't gauge
this.
things.
It's like-
Yeah, it's like, oh yes, I can tell how much strain this is on your body to just go.
Or Snape, Snape is the one who's very
Oh.
guilty with it.
Very lame. Not cool. Compared to every other like iteration of Magic, Lord of the Rings was way cooler.
Oh yeah.
Gandalf, the staff, all the magic and stuff. Him hitting the "You shall not pass" and then fighting a Balrog.
Want to get mad at a
Way
10-year-old?
cooler.
So I was introducing my friend's kids to Lord of the Rings. I was like, I had the pleasure, right?
Yeah.
I was like the oldest girl. She was 13, 14 at the time.
Okay.
So we were watching Lord of the Rings, and then her little sister comes in who's like 10, and we're watching it, and Gandalf, I think, is fighting the Balrog, and she goes, "What's Dumbledore doing?" I was like,
Well,
"What?" She goes, "That guy looks just like Dumbledore. Is this a ripoff of Harry Potter?" I was like, "Child."
you just pull a Will Smith on her. You just like walk up
Even then, when she saw, when she noticed how short the hobbits were, and she was like, "It's like Ron and Hermione and Harry." I'm like,
Oh my god.
the whole time watching the last half of Lord of the Rings, she's like, "This is just a Harry Potter ripoff." I'm like, I can't
Child.
hit a child. I can't hit a child.
What a world we live in nowadays.
I talked to her mother afterwards. I'm like, "What are you doing?"
I'm just gonna say, it's like, I'm about to report you to CPS. When I was growing up, I felt like the three magical pillars, and that was Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and Narnia.
Yep.
And
I mean,
they were
it's
all
still
like
true.
the very similar but different
Yep.
fields at the time. But I also thought just Harry Potter was ugly, so, like I said, I had no interest. Well, also things like Dobby in the movies,
Dobby honestly freaked me out
he's ugly as hell.
when I was a kid.
Yeah, I was just like, why would I want to watch this? These characters are ugly. Also, I just still don't understand the choice of the aesthetics in the movies. They go for a really dark fantasy type thing. It's like the books are way more bright and colorful.
I mean, yes, but character design, that's pretty much in here. Like
For like the whole world, for Hogwarts Castle and all that.
I think that's Dumbledore and like the owls and stuff. Like
For the
it's
humans.
pretty close.
The actual humans themselves, and like their clothes and their designs and all that, that's not what I'm talking about. It's just the overall aesthetic atmosphere of the wizarding world and stuff.
Yeah.
It's all like really dark and like evil.
A little bit, yeah.
It's not like it doesn't show magic to be like really whimsical and fun. It's like more just depressing almost.
Kinda.
Like that's how I felt when I watched the movies, because I actually read the books before I watched the movies, and I still haven't seen all the movies.
Really?
Yeah, I've never gotten around to it. But I was not a fan of the movies when I was watching them for the
They
most
do
part.
get better, except like if you can get past
I think
what is it, Goblet of Fire, where they all have terrible hair and that's all you see is all of the hair. It gets better.
I only watched the first 3 movies. I just realized. Yeah, so
Wow.
I watched up to the
So
Prisoner of Azkaban.
you didn't see the live action of Professor Umbridge then?
No,
Oh, I did.
she was horrible in the book though.
She's not as bad in the movies. Like they actually toned her down
Shame.
a little bit. I know, but
Shame.
she's still the worst.
I hate how like she has like the frog mouth and like she croaks and all this crap.
She had in the movie. She's had this really I just like to interrupt. Be like, do you think?
I'm much better than you. We're way off track. But
So much editing again.
I was gonna say, and that's the thing, is like I was hoping to keep this to about an hour, like a half an hour of banter and a half an hour of the beginning synopsis, and
What are we up to?
40 minutes. So
We didn't even rate it yet.
a really good portion of that's gonna get cut because we're just bantering about completely.
Snow White is
like the
like
whole
half of it.
the Snow White and the AI stuff is probably gonna be completely cut.
Just save that for the
Yeah,
other stuff.
that's to say that'll be like Patreon exclusive bonus content or something like that. The first Harry Potter book. What's your overall vibe?
I mean, you can tell it's written for kids.
Yes.
Like, I did have a hard time
Paying
because I'm
attention?
an adult. So I'm like, yes, your childhood sucks, but I have bills to pay.
Empathizing with Harry.
It was a little
He's a little
difficult,
whiny.
but like, you know, put yourself back into a 11, 12-year-old
All the
and you're
same
like,
struggles.
yeah, like I get it. And all of a sudden you're getting exposed to this huge magical realm. Like what kid wasn't like, I hate school. I wish the portal to Narnia would open up right now. And then he actually does do
Right.
it, you know?
Right.
So like, yeah, I understand why it's still so many people, like that is their whole life, basically. Like they revolve, eat, live, breathe Harry Potter and the fan fics that are, are all over the internet and the fan cast. And I mean, I swear Rowling even thinks about tweeting and everyone hates on it, but like they're still talking about her, so clearly they still care. So
Have you ever heard of the most notorious Harry Potter fanfic ever, My Immortal?
oh, I don't think that's the same one anymore. There's a new one called Manacled.
No.
Don't look it up.
I wasn't going to. I totally wasn't going to right after we stopped hitting record.
Don't read a Harry Potter fan.
I think the first one overall is okay for what it gives you. Like trying to go back into like the kid reader
Right.
like space. Overall, the magic of the world is really fun and whimsical and yahoo, and that's almost like the whole focus of the book.
Yeah, it's his schooling.
It's like when it comes to like a plot for this one, there's not really.
Not until the last, like, what, 50 pages?
Yeah,
maybe?
it's like they put the entirety of the plot at the very end, and then everything else is just like, and here's Hogwarts, and here's the characters, here's Hagrid, Dumbledore, the teachers, Ron, Hermione, Snotty Boy,
Snotty boy.
the bad guy, kid,
Draco?
Draco, Malfoy. I could not remember his damn name.
I like Snotty boy.
I can remember Snotty Boy from Harry Potter.
You're gonna get a message from, oh, I can't think of the real guy's actor's name, Tom, because he's still active in the Harry Potter community. Like, he will go to all the shops.
Holy
He
crap.
went to the new, what the crap is his name? The guy that plays Draco, Tom Felton. He's still very active in the Harry Potter community.
I
Like,
couldn't
he's
place
done
his
all of the
face.
things. You know what Draco looks like. He's just taller and not as
Yeah.
platinum blonde. But he's gonna write a letter and be like, Snot boy!
And I'll be like, I stand by it. You're a snot boy.
You're a Slytherin, that makes you a snot boy.
All Slytherins are snot boys. That's what the S stands for. I still think it's really weird, Hogwarts and their setup with all the... this is a really weird one to talk about before just going into spoilers, because it's such a weird open book with all the information. It's just such an info dump with stuff.
Yeah, but they do it nicely. Like, usually info dumping is... You know, your brain goes, what?
I mean,
but
it's
then,
just,
like, you're learning as Harry's learning.
It's so much
different.
one thing after another to another to another, where it's like, when you're talking about avoiding spoilers and not just talking about the book, it's like, what is even a spoiler with this book except for the very end? It's like, you can say, like, there's a dragon and a unicorn and all these things, and it's like, that none of that's really a spoiler. It's like, it's...
Unicorn.
It's everywhere. It's all the cover. It's just generic magic stuff. It's like, it's... The magic system... in Harry Potter is one of the most open-ended things in the world. You can do anything, which, you know, lets you do anything with the plot. So it's like good. I would say it's a good avenue for like a kid's book. Yeah. Because it just lets you
no hard rules.
Yeah, it just lets you have fun with it and then be like, oh, and because of that magic, we can do this, and the kid will be like, wow, that's so smart. But then when you're as an adult, you're reading that and it's like, no, that's just kind of lazy because you have no rules whatsoever with your system. I was like, it's lucky I know how to pull that one magic spell right out of my ass. That's where I keep my wand too. That's
the perfect holster.
It's the shit spell. Stink them away. They keep on saying, it's like, is there a stick up your butt or something? And I'm like, yes.
Where do you keep yours?
Where do you keep yours? But, if you're gonna spit everywhere, just do it on the floor, not on my fucking stuff.
I didn't want to do it that way.
I like it for what it is for the first Harry Potter book. Like later on in the series, I feel like it becomes worse to have a more open-ended magic system like that because
there's
you're
a lot
starting,
of convenient stuff.
Yeah, you're starting to address it like a more mature audience, and then just having stuff being like, poof, there's your solution. Poof, there's your solution. Poof, there's your solution. Or just being like, why don't you just do this to solve the problem? Because your magic has no restrictions.
Other than the rules that they put in place. Like the...
And there isn't even a whole lot of rules. Because, like, here's another weird thing is at the very start.
Oh my gosh.
Harry Potter...
You need to put the gift... Do you remember Harry Potter? Not Harry Potter. Fairly Odd Parents?
Yes.
The rule book?
Yeah.
Put that in here somewhere.
Yeah, the rules. They don't follow the rules.
Not at all.
At the very start, you know, when Harry Potter's getting bullied around by his mean family and he's just like, random stuff just happens. Yeah. So he's just doing a ton of magic without spells or wands or anything. And then afterwards, it just doesn't happen anymore.
Yeah, but later, too, they talk about, like, if you do magic outside of Hogwarts, that's not sanctioned by the... whatever.
Ministry of Magic.
Yes, that's what it's called. By the Ministry, then they'll, like, break your wand and do, like, what they did to Hagrid.
That's what I'm saying. But you don't need
magic. And, yeah, the rules...
That's the thing is Harry Potter did magic without a wand, and also they didn't come for him at the very start.
Right, in which, like, by their rules, they should have, but Harry's...
And he was Harry Potter. So it's like they knew about him and where he was and all that. Everyone...
Right, like, not Gandalf.
So, like, before he goes, like, later he uses a wand. It's like, that's different because he didn't use a wand to do that magic.
He had no control. Oh, okay, sir.
It's like, yeah, whatever.
Then you need to train them.
Those are the plot hole areas.
Really?
And that's also not exclusive. Well, him doing magic ahead of time isn't even that much of a plot hole because they don't really address it in the first book as something. It's just later it becomes worse.
Yeah.
But in this one, it's like almost like a given that, like, oh yeah, anyone magical can just randomly do magic.
That's how you find out you're a wizard or a witch.
Oh yeah, because like Hagrid even says like, oh, you haven't just actually done magic when you're mad or you have emotions, and he was like, oh yeah, I have done that, Hagrid.
Like, can you imagine like if somebody like Draco, who was like just, you know, prime example of the bully kid or whatever, and he didn't already come from a wizarding family, and he got mad at, like, say a maid or something, and all of a sudden she just spontaneously combusts. Like,
yeah.
why wouldn't you start teaching him sooner?
Overall, I think we should just get into the judgment. Everyone read Harry Potter. Everyone who clicked on this read Harry Potter. We don't even need to really talk about things that much. Because then we can talk about all the nitty gritty and all the critiques and all the boons and super cool things about it. So this is the new system, at least when we're both present, and we are writing down the judgment. Just as a recap for anybody, there are 3 places somewhere can go, the book can go. That is heaven, hell, and purgatory. The soul of the book will go to hell by default, unless we agree that it should go elsewhere. So if we both write down heaven, it'll go to heaven. If we both write down purgatory, it'll go to purgatory. If it is any mix of anything else, it goes to hell. Make sense? Even if we say it goes to heaven, then the next person says it goes to purgatory, it goes to hell. Because there was not a solid judgment as to where it belongs. So it is exceptionally difficult for things to go to heaven. Only the utmost cream of the crop belongs there. So far there's nothing there, and there's 2 books in hell.
But we've only done 2 books. So
Yeah, so 2 out of 2. 100% of books are going to hell. This was one of them.
There's time.
So let's see. I haven't made up my mind immediately.
Like,
I've
the whole
got a
part
last.
right here, I was like,
I have to like mash out a last second thing here. I was trying to remember. I feel like here's my biggest problem. I'm torn between giving it leniency for being a kid's book or not.
I mean, you absolutely can. Why are you making noise? What'd you do, right, Tiny?
Yes, and I just
job.
broke my pencil.
Oh, I don't know why I thought you had a pen. I'm like, you broke your pen? How hard are you writing?
Yeah, I just... All right. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
3, 2, 1. Purgatory!
Oh! So wait, what does that one mean?
Oh, that means hell.
Option.
No, that's what I said. If we disagree at all, it goes to hell.
I mean, it should like go to a level of purgatory.
Oh, it's going to hell. Harry Potter, bye-bye!
I tried.
Well, that might be a controversial play, but unfortunately, judgment is divine. We don't make the rules except for when we do.
We kind of do make all the rules.
It belongs in hell.
I'll take point this time on
Yeah.
my judgment
Please
of purgatory.
inform me.
Now, I was an inch away from putting heaven. I was, but here's the problem with it. Even when I judged it as a kid's book, even the first time I read it, like the first time I read it, I liked it more. Okay,
Yeah.
when I listened to it this time, I liked it less. I'm also like 10 years older, but I was still an adult when I read Harry Potter for the first time, right? And when I read the books, the first one has always been low on my tier list
Yes.
from the very get-go. So I was like, well, if even the first time I read it, when I felt more like, this is a brand new magical world, and it was just a lot more fun, it was still one of my least favorite of the Harry Potter books. And if I was to be like, do all of the Harry Potter books belong in heaven? And it'd be like, no. And so this one definitely can't go to heaven. But I was listening to it and I was getting bored.
Really? I thought the narrator did such a good job.
They did, but there was stretches of time where that was my biggest critique, and this is the damning thing with Harry Potter in general, Quidditch.
Oh, the Quidditch. I thought of you when that part came
my
on. I
God.
was like, oh, Quidditch.
I
John
forgot
hates you.
when it came up to the Quidditch, and it is such a dumb game.
So you must hate like the 4th book because there's a
Oh.
lot of Quidditch.
I'm just saying, if we ever get to judging all of the Harry Potter books, that one's going to hell, okay? And there's no escaping it because I just told you that that's what my judgment would be. If we ever judge the 4th book, the very cover image, the thumbnail is going to show it sitting in hell.
Spoiler alert.
No, I probably wouldn't do that. I'd probably,
God.
just because somebody might click on the channel for the first time, they're like, oh, that was my favorite book! Drops it in hell. What? Quidditch is unbearable. It is the dumbest sport I think anybody's ever invented for a game. It makes no sense. I hate even little things as naming the ball a quaffle.
Every time they said it, it made me giggle.
I'm just like, I'll show you a quaffle. Right? It's just stupid because like every other sport on the damn planet is sport named ball. Call it a Quidditch ball. It's not that hard.
Well, yeah, they have. Well, yeah, it's that
Football,
one and then the bludger.
soccer ball, baseball. tennis ball, golf ball, and I remembered another thing that I hate about this book. The world building sucks!
Do you want to change your purgatory?
No. I was willing to forgive Quidditch. That Quidditch is not the reason why I would move it from heaven to purgatory, although it's a really close thing. But in this one, isolated, it's not aggressively in your face with how much Quidditch it is. There's like 2 Quidditch matches, and they're not too long, and there's some interesting stuff going on. Like the first Quidditch match, you know, Harry's flying around and he's going, whoa, what's happening to me? Oh no, it's Snape!
But that's actually like
there's plot stuff happening.
In plot, yeah.
Yeah, there's plot happening. It's building a case for like, oh, Snape, that bastard. There's actual stuff going on beyond just, I'm just playing Quidditch and I just want to win the game and it's my emotional ego that's on the line and that's it. Well, like some of the other Quidditch matches later on, it's just, I just want to win so that I win Quidditch. I do not give a shit.
Well, I think it goes towards house points too.
I could go on about that for a long time.
You're gonna have to do your own thing about Quidditch.
The snitch just, it's an automatic win. Also, they said like the game never ends until somebody gets the snitch, so it can go on for like 3 months. I was like, okay, you're just an idiot.
Yeah, when they say they had like 3 or 4
like,
shifts of players so they could sleep or something like that.
Yeah, and I was just like, bullshit.
Whoa. And they're all like,
what's the point
14.
What's the point of playing the game with everything else if you don't call it at some point? Because that would be like a justification.
Oh, yeah.
Like I would give it everything else, like because the snitch is supposed to be super hard to catch, right? But it's an auto win if you catch it. I was like, that means there should be a timer.
Mm-hmm. No, totally agree.
Okay, so it can go at longest 24 hours or something like that, and then whoever has the most points by the end of the timer wins.
Right.
So it's like if they got so many quaffle points, oh, we got 75 to 57, blue team wins. That would have almost solved everything with the damn game. But since they're like, it doesn't end until you get the snitch, and whoever gets the snitch wins, the game is so dumb. And then it's also not fair because... But it's like, they let you bring custom equipment that makes a difference.
Yeah?
It's not like when you're playing football, it's not like it makes a difference how expensive your helmet is. But they're like, this is a Nimbus 2000. It can turn on a dime. It's 5 times faster than everybody else's. It also automatically shoots your opponent with lasers. And then it's like, yes, that's fair.
Totally fine, because the teacher gave it to him. It's fine.
It's fine because a teacher has preferences as to what student they like. So here's a $5,000 like broomstick that just functions 5,000 times better than everyone else's cheap. It's literally like, you're a rich person, you get to play the game better than everyone else. Dude, Quidditch is so bad.
But tell them how you really feel.
It's so bad. Anyway, but even say, okay, that was a long tirade. I'll probably even cut that down editing. I might not because it's probably entertaining. The biggest thing was the world building for me, which is always a thing with Harry Potter. So like the Wizarding World to me has always just made no sense whatsoever. And like in the worst possible way, to the point where nobody in the Wizarding World knows anything about normal humanity, but they're
Muggles.
Yeah, the Muggle world, but they're all like regularly shown like kind of interacting in it, even to like get to other places in the Wizarding World, like to get on the train and get to Hogwarts, they have to be in a regular train station.
Right.
But then there's these idiots doing like, what's a football?
Yeah.
And then later, that same guy says like he throws regular golf balls to practice for Harry to catch the snitch.
Yeah.
So he knew what a golf ball was. He had golf balls, but he's like, what's a football? I don't know what sports are outside of Wizarding ones, but they have golf?
Everybody has golf.
Yeah. The Wizarding World just has regular ass golf there.
Okay, to be fair though, when they
Their
say
chess is just a rip-off version of regular Muggle chess.
Except for they moves. Theirs is cooler.
Well, yeah, but it's like, you can't tell me that these people know nothing about the Muggle world, because it's not like some things are like this weird magical, you have to see the door, but a lot of it's just kind of like, it's just kind of hidden from regular people so that you don't really see it. But a lot of the locations are just like, it's just somewhere in London or around the world. It's not like it's a 100% alternate wrap around to the earth.
I know that one. Platform 3
and a quarter or something like that. 4 3/4.
Crap, we're gonna get crapped on for that.
Even Hermione, she's raised with a Muggle family, but she does not behave anything like anybody.
No.
She acts like somebody who's known magic her whole life, even when she was a kid on the train for the first time. You're like,
Yeah, nothing phased her.
once I had magic, because she was just born in a long line of muggles, but then she has magic, and then everyone's just like, cool.
Yeah.
How does that work? Because the whole thing before was just like, we were trying to hide it, because if people knew that they had magic, that magic
she
existed.
had access. She said that she subscribed to like whatever their magazines are,
Yeah.
and newspapers, and all this other stuff.
You could just do that from the regular world, apparently.
Yeah.
Or
like
some-
how did she find access
That's
to
what
this stuff?
there's a bunch of stuff that just happens in the regular world that overlaps into them. They're not like two separate worlds. They're just all there, and that's what the world building sucks. The hidden wizard world from the regular humanity is only there for a cute I'm Spider-Man hidden identity thing, but then it doesn't function at all. Like functionally, the wizard world being a secret makes no difference on the overall story of Harry Potter, and that's why it's dumb.
Yeah, I agree. I think they just like it's just to make it more special.
I think it's just some weird appeal to kids to be like, it's a secret.
Oh yeah. Oh heck yeah.
And that's it, which makes it not good as far as actual world building and the story goes in the long run, especially since they like eventually try to mature the stories. But like for what it was for a kid, it's like it's okay, but I am judging it as an adult regardless.
See, I did the opposite approach. I judged it based on the long-term impact and the multi-generations this has impacted. And I just wanted to tick off the religious community.
Fair, it's going to heaven. Harry Potter's done this really weird thing though, where it's like it just bounces around who is currently claiming it.
Yeah.
It's bounced between being like, it needs to all be burned, it's the devil's book. And then it feels like it bounced over to being like, no, it's a Christian book, because like even Dumbledore, they die and they come back to life and stuff, and like it's all about love and stuff, because like what Dumbledore's talk at the end being like, it's love that is the ultimate
so
magic
cute.
and stuff. And so it's like that was apparently resonated with a bunch of people once they actually started opening up and reading it, and then all of a sudden it's like everyone else is like, actually Harry Potter sucks and J.K. Rowling sucks. Where the hell is this book? It just bounced, which kind of tells me that it's just a good story overall, because it's just where it is always just shifting around, and whoever's like liking it is like, it's good. There's no claim as to whether or not it's bad or good. It's just, it is good.
It's it's an enjoyable series in general. I'd say the first 3 are the hardest to get through. They're the for me anyway. They're slog.
There's also a lot of just the magic stuff that happens. Like as a kid, it's fun and it's just lighthearted stuff. It's like, we're gonna spend the next 3 chapters talking about chocolate frogs hopping around, disgusting jelly beans, making feathers float.
The Christmas sweaters.
Christmas sweaters. So it's
Honestly,
like
I'd
slice
love
of
a
life.
Weasley sweater. It'd be fun.
Yeah, and that's okay. It's like I like the slice of life elements in there too.
They do make it very like,
It's very
I kind of
whimsical.
want to. I wish I could be in this world, even
Yes.
as an adult. Like I would. Heck yeah, I want to go feast at a table that whatever food I think of pops up. Like heck yeah.
Hell yeah. It is kind of like, it captures a sense of childlike wonder and just fun, where it's just like, it lets you just do anything.
Right.
And whatever you can kind of think of is, they go for. It's like, here's an idea. Here's just the living chess, and well, I mean, it's half of the stuff is just living versions of regular stuff. And it's like, the pictures, they're alive.
That
trading cards,
Yeah,
they're
I did not like
alive.
those in the movies. Like I didn't like the pictures.
The
in
moving
movie.
pictures. Yeah. I mean, it is pretty weird.
I know. And then what is it? The fat lady?
Oh, the painting.
Yeah.
For the
and she just
houses.
screams like no. Nope.
It is also weird that they just have a house dedicated to being completely racist and evil.
That the Sorting Hat puts him in. So like, who's the racist and whatever?
But he's doing it right, theoretically.
Yeah.
I just don't know why they have a house that's like, and we think only pure bloods should exist. And we're willing to do anything, regardless of morality or the law. So it's just like, and why are we letting you exist here?
Why do we keep sending kids there to be indoctrinated?
Literally every single villain ever is Slytherin.
The Lockhart dude was a Ravenclaw, but he was more dumb than evil. Gilderoy Lockhart. He was the one who's like,
Oh.
I'm so much better. If I was here 30 seconds earlier, I could have stopped.
The fame and fortune
whatever.
guy.
Yeah.
He's not really evil. He's just an idiot.
Yeah,
He was. I mean, it's not good character
but they
traits.
label him as a villain character, and he was
Yeah.
a Ravenclaw. So like, not I guess. all of the
He's
major
not a great
players,
evil
but-
wizard though, who was actively trying to just like conquer the world. He
that.
just was looking for clout. So
Yeah.
he's basically just a streamer.
Like amateur magician.
That is basically all he is. But he'd be making videos on it, and then he'd also be selling courses on how to use your magic or whatever to get women.
He would have the kits.
He would just be like, 100% guaranteed. Women can't resist this.
It's just a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, they just like, give them
Or
this.
it's a bottle of tequila or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Like, guaranteed.
It's hard liquor. Just give them some of this. It's a roofie. It's a wizard's trick. Well, here's the other thing too, just about the wizarding world also. That just does not make any sense too. It's like, they're almost like, we just know so much more than the ignorant muggles, but we're also way more violent and put everybody at risk unnecessarily for fun.
And children.
Like Quidditch. Go fly up there 90 feet up into the air. If you fall off and die,
That hasn't happened
Oops.
in like
hasn't happened.
100 years.
I also
or
call
something.
BS on the bludgers not killing somebody within the past 75 years or whatever.
Yeah, it was like a huge amount of
Broken
time.
jaws. I was like, no, there's somebody dying every year to this. Dude, there's people dying from contact sports constantly. And
Nothing
now
else
you have giant
severe
iron
concussion.
balls that's like,
Yeah, no.
And
it
they're
makes
all in the
football
air?
Look like a non-contact sport.
yeah, they're definitely hiding that. That's like some Disneyland. It's like nobody dies in Disneyland. Yeah, that's exactly the vibe I got. It's like nobody dies in Quidditch that you know of. We hide the bodies. It's not hard to do because we can hide everything. I just remembered another thing about this one book specifically. This is nitpick territories once again. This didn't really affect my judgment too much. But Harry Potter just not only being super special chosen boy, but he's also like, and I'm also the most gifted Quidditch player seeker ever.
Why are you doing Trump?
I don't know. It's anytime you got like ego bragging thing, it
can't
just
even
starts
do
to
it.
get the. It's just to get. Listen, I'm like the best Quidditch player you've ever seen. I've caught more snitches than anybody. Ask Kim Jong-un. Ask China. I've caught more snitches than anybody on my Nimbus 2000. I ride the broom better than anybody. Ask my good friends. Dumbledore. He's a great guy, great wizard. I'm a little bit better, I'd say. But he's a great guy. Great wizard.
Oh my god.
Hogwarts is great. We're pulling its funding. He didn't vote for me.
Oh, jeez Louise. Oh my god.
They're British anyway. Who cares?
That was a sidetrack. I don't even remember what we were talking
I don't remember what it was either. That was got really drawn into just the joke of that one. I think it had something to do with Quidditch again.
about. You keep going back to that Quidditch.
There's a lot wrong with Quidditch, man. Oh, I was talking about how just completely unsafe the wizard world is.
Yes.
Because like even spells and they're constantly like, you can die. Go to the dark forest and die. Even though half the
Oh
time
my gosh, that punishment to send him into the dark
it makes
forest.
no sense. Because the whole rest of the damn thing, they're all like, stay out to the dark forest. It's forbidden because you could die.
But you were out past curfew,
But
so
since
you
you're
have to go with Hagrid.
Go die. That makes no sense.
Honestly, why no one took Dumbledore down as a headmaster? They're like,
No, it's crazy. They're like,
'Cause
people
even-
are in peril nonstop.
even Hagrid was like, "Are you sure you want them to go into the dark forest where this creature is
like,
killing unicorns?" Like,
Yes.
what? It's character development.
Harry,
Oy.
you can do it, Harry. Go fight a Voldemort.
Is that one?
To be fair, he's not a good person
No.
by the end.
not.
A little bit of spoiler. Everyone's read Harry Potter.
I saw a thing that they theorized that he's like some sort of autistic or bipolar or all of the things, and that's how they were justifying him, like
That doesn't
going
do
all over
anything.
the place. But I was like, yeah, I'm like, okay,
He is very clearly not. When you're watching him interact, he's just amoral. He's like the CIA,
yes,
where they're just like, it's just the greater good,
yeah,
and that trumps any form of morality. He just will say anything, will pretty much do anything. He's like, but you know, it's for your betterment, whether or not you like the fact that I'm setting you up to die.
Repeatedly.
Dumbledore's kind of a messed up character, man. I mean, a lot of the characters in Harry Potter are messed up, and I don't mind that. I'm okay with characters being messed up, especially not up in an upfront manner. Because I think it's kind of interesting that at the very start, it's like, Dumbledore's the saintly old man who has all the problems and all the solutions, and then by the end, he's a lot more like, yeah, I lie about a lot of stuff.
Just kind of make it up as I go.
It's like, oh, okay, so now you're more gray.
Yeah.
And not just a saint. Like, obviously, he's still like a good guy because, you know, killing the Dark Lord and saving everybody or whatever. But like,
it's not even saving everybody.
It's the methods.
It's saving the school.
Yeah, it's just that's true. It's very much. I mean, Voldemort's always been a weird guy because I don't know why he's so fixated on a school.
I know, and he only attacks during the vacation time. Like he clearly cares about these kids' education, but like,
I will take over this school.
I think we'll be educated when I take over.
I will wait for them to finish their classes. I don't want to interrupt things too much.
Like, it's fine.
Well, a part of that maybe it has to do with his whole superiority thing, where he's just like, he's like all just like, and wizards are superior. I don't know why he just doesn't go terrorize the Muggle world nonstop. I don't get what he's all about.
Right?
It makes no sense. That's an overall Harry Potter thing, not necessarily this book, because in this one, his only goal is to come back to life.
Yeah.
Like, you don't really know anything about his motivations and stuff, except for I'm an evil wizard.
I mean, he killed unicorns. That's immediately your evil.
Like, he's super evil and all that, but like, as far as motivations, like, I want to come back to life so I can be more evil. And,
take over the school!
Which is fine. Like, he's just a super villain type of character. But like, his end game, like, the further the series goes on, the more like convoluted and weird he gets. Because it's just like I said, his whole thing is he just hates muggles. He loves wizards. He's just like, wizards are superior and we should all stay superior to everybody else. But all we're gonna do is kill wizards who don't like me saying that. It's like, what are they gonna do if you just, because everyone's afraid of you anyway. If you just start going and terrorizing muggles and be like, you all worship me now.
Yeah.
Then like, what are they gonna do about it? Because like, what is anybody gonna do if you just blow the cover on wizards? Why does he want to stay hidden?
Could you shoot a wizard, you wonder?
Probably.
I'm like, could they actually like?
I thought about that when I was
just
listening
into my
to
brain.
it. I was just like, but practically speaking, a wizard can't beat Glock, right? You can just go.
Sniper, you know, because there's a range to magic, and then like the farther it goes, like that's the whole duel thing they do.
Wizards
so
don't seem that powerful compared to humanity.
Modern artillery.
Yeah, because just like the second gun was invented, it's like wizards just are outclassed. I'm pretty sure.
But they treat them like guns. Like who is it? One of them actually has like a holster for their wand. And I'm like why? Like, it's a stick.
Muggles are inferior.
Yeah.
Totally. I do think it's funny. It's like the most cursed, hard to use spell, Avada Kedavra, or whatever. It's just like, and humanity is just like, I call mine Smith and Wesson. And I don't have to say anything to get it to shoot. The stat list on like wands also doesn't make any sense. Like, oh, these wands choose you. And then they're like, but some of them are far more powerful than others based on the material that is in it.
Yeah.
Like phoenix feathers specifically.
Yeah.
So it's like, if I guess you're a weak ass wizard, since you got the unicorn shit wand. It's just, yep, all the inside's unicorn droppings, and that's what you get. You're a shit wizard.
That would explain
Neville.
Oh, yeah, Neville. Poor Neville.
But that's the thing. It's just like that's another thing that just doesn't make sense about magic. It's just like you're just born with a high stat. It's just genetics, which makes Voldemort kind of right.
I mean, he's not. Well, we were talking about that before with like the sleep thing. Like some people are they won the genetic lottery.
They just won genetic lottery, and he just like.
So maybe Harry Potter actually has it right. We're the delusional ones.
It's just like, if they're so superior with every single thing, it's like, you're just born with innate magic and greatness and my mind just functions better. It's like, maybe you should be calling the shots. I don't know.
I mean, yeah.
Voldemort doesn't do anything but try to take over a school. It's not like he's terrorizing the world, even in his peak.
Right.
Nobody noticed in the human world.
Yeah, even
only
when
the wizards
he
noticed.
attacked that arena even.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, no, that wasn't him. That was his underlings, whatever they're called. The
Death Eaters,
yeah, that's the one. Like, his lackeys are honestly so much worse than he was.
That's true. I don't really remember the whole series going on, so like maybe there's some stuff that's out that I'm not remembering, but I feel like their actions are so just limited to the wizarding world, which is like these small pockets within the normal world, so it's like they're just all hidden and isolated. It's like it feels like 1/1,000,000th of the planet is the wizarding world, but then it's like we're also way superior, but like how many of you are there? Because like this conflict seems to barely matter.
Oh yeah, to grand scheme of things.
To anything at all, except for like to Dumbledore is like the school can't be taken over by a racist.
And also, I mean, that could be
which is
later
like that's not good, but
later. I don't know if it's in the main series or I don't know how actually that came
like
about.
Voldemort's not trying to take over the world as far as you know. He's just.
But there are more schools. Like there's the U.S.
Yeah, there's a ton of schools.
And then even when they do that Quidditch world champion, whatever, and all these other schools.
It's not even like he gains access to a ton more magic if he took over.
It's just, I don't know what his particular deal is.
Maybe he's the autistic one. He's on the spectrum. He's just fixated on Hogwarts. He's like, I need to be in charge of that school.
It's evil Asperger's.
It's all he thinks about. He's just like, I need to be in charge of Hogwarts. That's all that matters. All he thinks about is Hogwarts.
All the time.
That's it.
But for all of that, though, I don't think it deserves to go to hell.
Oh, I don't either. Purgatory. I thought it deserves to go to purgatory. It just goes to hell by default if we disagree.
So if I change mine to purgatory, it would just go to purgatory, but that just puts it in hell anyway because you don't have a purgatory shelf.
Well, no, purgatory is its own thing. It's not a shelf. Purgatory is a place where they go to work out their problems.
So then,
and then
by that standard,
eventually, purgatory is where like you get out of purgatory, where you face your sins and then you get to heaven.
Or you buy it.
Well, yeah. According to certain people. That's not how we know the ultimate truth, and that is that you can't pay your way. You have to atone for your sins via facing them, which means you can't be fully just corrupt and go to hell. You can't be Blood Meridian.
No, nothing so far. Though I have started the next book, and that's not looking good. In a moment of silence because Harry Potter is currently burning.
Well, you don't burn in purgatory.
You said it's going to hell.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I forgot.
It's your rules and you're
in the theoretical realm, if you had changed it to purgatory, then it wouldn't be burning in hell. It would be suffering to a degree to pay for what it has done wrong, and then it would go to heaven eventually.
I blame you.
After like 1 billion years or something.
1 billion years. Well, it's been out for like 30 odd years. Is that close enough?
You're the one who judged it based off of earnings or something and not enjoyment factor. Not financial earnings.
The generational impact it had on people.
I judge things exclusively by how good of a time I had reading it, and I've been upfront about that.
True, I guess.
I don't care about how much impact it had if I think it's shit. No, I don't think that. I'm not saying that about this book, but Quidditch is shit.
And we're back to the Quidditch.
I can't stop. This is my problem with all the recordings. I get locked. I gotta be on the spectrum somewhere.
Oh, I'm sure.
A little bit.
I know for sure I have some OCD. Like,
there's gotta be something.
The amount I want to clean right now is making my OCD tingle. You guys can't see it, but this is OCD nightmare.
Yeah, that's a mess. It is. It's pretty bad.
And I'm somebody who, like, my entire physical library is alphabetized by author's last name, and like my movies are alphabetized. Okay,
yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be something. I've been ranting about why it goes to purgatory, in my opinion, this whole time, for the most part.
Quidditch.
I mean, you mentioned, like, the impact. I don't know if you had anything else for your feelings about it going to heaven.
Well, I said a little bit out of spite, too, just because the religious community hates it so much. Yeah. I'm like, it deserves to go higher. And, like, I did some research. I did a little bit of digging, because I wanted, like, you know, at the time of, you know, Harry Potter's evil, you know, claims
witchcraft,
teaches the occult and witchcraft and whatever.
There's no such thing as a good witch. Make sure everyone watching The Wizard of Oz, make sure your kids know that there's no such thing as a good witch.
Right. And this guy, he wrote a whole book. I don't remember his name. Like, I'll send you the link if you want to link it. If you so desire.
I mean, probably not.
Wrote a book of how the Harry Potter franchise is dangerous fantasy. And this man claims that he loves Narnia. He grew up on Lord of the Rings, but those are good fantasies. They're healthy fantasies that encourage you to think and makes you believe in the Bible more, basically. Like
Lord of the Rings definitely is not.
I know. He was like, it's allegorical. I'm like,
no, it isn't.
well, I want to. Where's Gollum in the Bible? Like, show me.
Also, there are quotes from Tolkien that explicitly says that he doesn't believe they should intersect at all.
That was even like him and C.S. Lewis fought over that. Yeah, but no, he was like, it's allegorical.
They were because like obviously Narnia is straight up an allegory,
right? And it's said though, it's stated.
Yeah, it's really in your face about it. And then him and Tolkien really disagreed. He was just like, you shouldn't. There should be no crossover. So
and like
they're wrong.
Yeah, I mean it's creative. That's their thing. Like I like Lord of the Rings more than Narnia, but it's that's their own thing. So this guy said that what makes Harry Potter dangerous is because it's recreatable fantasy, and Narnia and Lord of the Rings isn't. He said
recreatable.
It's recreatable. It's impossible to create a portal in a wardrobe, right? Not possible. But apparently he knows how to make a broom fly.
This guy has seen a broom fly?
That's what he said. Makes it dangerous.
He's just sitting over there like, I've seen the witches on the green. I've seen the crooked-nosed green witches flying around going,
and he's like, in the language in Harry Potter, it teaches you occult words. I'm like, it's Latin.
It's like British and Latin.
Yeah, like, read a book, you moron.
There's a lot of ignorance in that field, unfortunately.
And it hasn't honestly changed. Like, I saw some blog posts and there are still like, it's the devil and it's the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
Anybody who reads this is damned, or they clearly play Dungeons and Dragons. I'm like, dude, I would play Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, that was always a weird one too. They're escaping into the fantasy world instead of reality.
Darn.
Okay. I feel like you are too whenever you play golf and you think you're good at it.
Right.
You're escaping into fantasy realm too.
Football! Prime example.
Oh, just all that type of stuff.
Did you know that they have football parties for the draft picks?
Mm-hmm.
I had no idea. I heard a commercial for it. They were like, it was for some catering company, and they're like, schedule for your draft party picks.
People are just super obsessive about all of that type of stuff.
But that's socially acceptable. You say like, oh, I like wizards and
I think it's funny that you're allowed to idolize human beings but not read a fictional story and know the difference between fiction and reality. Even when it comes to like all sorts of like negatives content, like being in a story, to be fair, most people who have not read the Bible who even claim anything religious. And it's just like, listen, man, I have more than one version of it, even. And guess what? There's a lot of dark crap in there. Some of the darkest shit I've ever read is in the Bible. And some of it isn't even really like portrayed as, and make sure you never do this. They're just like, they did this. They don't say good or bad. They just say this happened. And that's usually how they dance around it. They're like, well, they didn't say you should do that. It's like, it doesn't make a difference because none of the stuff in like Harry Potter for the most part is saying like, and you absolutely should do some of the morally questionable decision making that is in there.
Like chuck giant balls at kids' heads that will kill you.
There's like witchcraft and stuff in the Bible too, and they at points do not condemn it.
It irks me.
It's very strange, and also the focus is just way off. It's in a thing where it's just like you're entering a territory where it's like it's very easy for you, a 57-year-old man, to just point at Harry Potter and be like, as long as you don't read Harry Potter, you're a good person. Meanwhile, come over here, little Timmy. They are gaining moral value points to be like, I'm more holy than you, and it costs me nothing because I don't want to read Harry Potter anyway.
Right.
It's not, but I'm not gonna stop sleeping around behind my wife's back or anything like that, or not lie about it. And then also, once it comes out that I'm actually doing a bunch of shitty, crappy things to people.
Harry Potter's fault.
Yeah, it was Harry Potter's fault. He's like, I couldn't help it. I had to read Harry Potter. But then you see how they hold on to it too, because they can never own anything that they do wrong either. They'll just deflect or say like, they're all just lying about me, I'm a victim, the devil's attacking me, and they're just I'm being persecuted.
They'll go to rehab for like a month and be like, I have been restored.
Yeah, these pastors from the mega churches and all that crap. Every other week, one of them's getting
I
outed
swear.
for being a predator and crap.
It's not Harry Potter's fault. You're
It's
a
not
terrible
Harry
person.
Potter is not the great evil of the world, man. Let's do a star rating for Harry Potter Sorcerer's Stone.
3 stars.
I'll give it 3.5. If we're to do half stars,
You can do half stars.
yeah, I'll do 3.5. I feel comfortable with that.
I
It's
gave
a fun
it 3
read.
the first time, and it's still a 3. Like, it's fine.
I'm very curious what the first book to actually arrive anywhere other than hell will be.
I really don't think it'll be the next one.
It is a huge title, though. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please smash like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. Share the video with a family member or a friend. That helps build the channel more than anything. Check it out on Spotify. That is live, even though I don't really have it all figured out yet.
You see, you haven't set
It's
those
set
books.
up.
And
Oh,
if you have
that's
any
right.
books that you'd like us to judge accordingly, please leave any recommendations.
Yep, suggestions down below. You could be chosen.
There's always that chance.
There's always a chance. We've got the next one picked out, but put in for the next one after this next upcoming one. And maybe the book that you want will be chosen. If you wrote a book and it's not AI generated dog shit, throw that in the description. Maybe we'll judge your book.
If you're a Potterhead, please leave your house.
If you're a pothead.
Potterhead. It's a thing.
I believe you. It's just, it sounds like
I know, that's why
You're playing
it's funny.
Schedule
Like,
One.
that's they call themselves Potterheads.
I'm just going to call them potheads.
Leave your house name in the comments.
I'm Ravenclaw.
I am also Ravenclaw.
Well, that was a long time ago. I might be something closer to Slytherin nowadays. I don't know.
I took it recently and they said I was Gryffindor, and I was like, no,
Gryffindor.
I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm
so brave. I'd probably still be Ravenclaw. But there's also, go subscribe to Lord Battora. It's primarily a gaming channel. I occasionally do reviews. Go follow Whispers of a Reader on Instagram and BookBurners also on Instagram.
BookBurners podcast.
BookBurners podcast. All that stuff should be linked in the description below if I get it to work, because I keep on having issues with it.
Yeah, someone messaged me and they're like, your link doesn't work. And I was like, I'll tell them.
There's just something about it. It keeps on like trying to cut it short. I think I figured it out last time, but we'll see.
You need an outro.
Bye!